What NFL team that missed the playoffs last year do you believe makes the playoffs this year?
Hmm.
Do you want to go first or should I go first?
I will let you go first because I'm very interested in who you have on your mind. I feel like you already have someone that you're thinking about who you've been having on your mind for a while because you're the one who brought it up. So,
Yes. Well, actually, there's probably like four or five teams even that missed the last year that I could see making it this year. But
hmm.
there's one team that kind of sticks out to me, and it might not be who you think. And I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals making the playoffs this
Mm,
year.
okay.
I absolutely love what the Bengals did this offseason. And even Joe Burrow himself said that this is the most talented roster that he's had. And like going through some moves that they did this offseason, they completely revamped that defensive line, even losing Trey Hendrickson.
Yep.
So their defense was obviously the weak point of the Bengals. They're the team that, you know, scores 35 points a week but still loses a game. And
Yep.
so it was obvious that they had to come into this offseason addressing the defense, building it up. And I think they did that. So starting like with their headliner, giving Dexter Lawrence for the 10th overall pick, which for some, yeah, that is a lot. That's a hefty price for a player, but you're getting the best defensive tackle in football at a position where they were very weak in. So
Hmm.
you get Dexter Lawrence, you sign Jonathan Allen, you sign Boye Ma, you have Shamar Stewart, who was your first pick last year. In the second round of this year, you drafted Cassius Howell. Your linebacker core is young. You drafted two guys last year's draft. So you had Demetrius Knight. He was a second round pick. Then you had Barrett Carter, who I think was a fourth round pick. And then you have two nice corners. You have Dax Hill and you have DJ Turner. You signed Brian Cook. So you're shoring up the secondary as well. So that's their big focus. Your offensive line is coming together. You drafted Connor Liu in the draft this year. And obviously, if you get a healthy Joe Burrow, you got Jamar, you got T. Higgins. I like Chase Brown. Like, this team is poised, in my opinion, to be back to the way they were like back in 2020. I would be surprised if they are a healthy team and miss the playoffs. And so that's the first team that came to mind when I thought of this idea. But I think there's a few that you could argue. So I don't know if there's any specific team on your mind.
I have a couple that I was running through, and it was very hard for me to decide. But
We can do honorable mentions as well. But who's the one team that you would bet money on makes it?
I would bet money on the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, you
Wow.
didn't expect me to say that.
I didn't, but they would have been in
Yeah.
my honorable mentions.
Hmm. I got the Vikings just because um let me see here.
See, that's surprising to me just because of the Kyler stuff.
Yeah.
I see where your
Well,
head's at, though,
it's
because they
putting
have a
that.
talented roster.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, because it's like Kevin O'Connell, dude. He's such a good head coach, and he's one of the best head coaches in the NFL. Sorry, there's something stuck in my throat, but pause. Um,
It's
but
that protein pie.
dude, for real. Oh my gosh, the pumpkin, bro. Lord have mercy.
He's
Whew.
got pumpkin in his throat,
Yeah,
chat.
dude. Jeez. But yeah, Kevin O'Connell, dude. Like the only reason the Vikings just weren't as good as they were before was obviously because they lost Sam Darnold. That's a big piece. Um, but another big portion of it is like they had JJ McCarthy. They put all their bets into him for the whole season. and there were times where it's just like you never knew going into a game who the starting quarterback was going to be. You didn't know if JJ was going to be the guy, week 3, week 4, week 5. They constantly had to take him out, put him back in. Um, Last year told me everything I needed to know. I already expected JJ McCarthy to be a bust, and if anything proves it, it's last season to me. Um, by the amount of times that there was never a reason to be given to me that JJ is the guy, and I can tell Kevin O'Connell was feeling the same way because at the end of the day, like if you're a franchise quarterback or at least have the potential to be that, your coach or staff is not going to keep taking you out of like the starting lineup or just keep pulling you like that. That's just not normal. Um, and especially like moments where they're just like, he's just losing his confidence. We're gonna take him out for this game and then put him back in the next game. We're gonna get him more reps and during practice. And it's like that's just I don't know, that's just not normal. I don't like that. I understand the premise of it. You want to give your first round pick more of a chance. Um, but at the end of the day, it was a bad pick. Should have stuck with Sam Darnold. Now bringing in Kyler Murray to compete with JJ is great. Um, I mean, Kyler Murray's been to the playoffs once in his life. If he has a talented enough roster around him, and he's never had a good enough head coach like a Kevin O'Connell, I mean, nothing will shock me if they make the playoffs. If JJ McCarthy was even just decent last season, I think they could have made it. Um, but the dude couldn't even get his freaking number one wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, involved. And to me, it'll be interesting because that was kind of like the issue with Arizona when we had Kyler was Kyler just didn't use his weapons. Like he liked McBride a lot, but for some reason he just never tried to get Marvin Harrison involved a lot or Michael Wilson. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's not just throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson a lot and mainly just him because I mean if I'm Kevin O'Connell, I'm literally just going to Kyler and being like, dude, let's not do what you did in Arizona. You literally just need to give Justin Jefferson the ball and we will win games. And I also like how they revamped their depth too. Um, I know they made some pretty good signings. I was trying to pull up all their offseason moves that they made that were pretty prominent. I know they added another guy on the line. Um, that I'm trying to think. I think his name is like David. I can't even say his last name, but yeah, I mean, I liked how they revamped the team a little bit. Oh, and they also have Carson Wentz on the team as well, I believe, as another backup still.
He's back.
Oh, and they drafted a Caleb Banks. I don't know how you feel about Caleb Banks, but
I I thought he was a big reach, honestly.
yeah, that is true. And they also have a who's the other guy that they drafted? He was a linebacker after I think he's out of Cincinnati.
Jake Golday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like any of their acquisitions in the draft? I know they also drafted some linemen too, and I think it was in the third round, but
I'm gonna look up their draft. Let's see.
which makes sense because I mean they needed some help on the line.
See.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, Caleb Banks,
Yep.
Jake Golday, Dominique Orange, Caleb Tiernan, Jacoby
Caleb Tiernan,
Thomas,
that's
Max
who I was thinking
Bretzen,
of.
Charles Demings,
Mm-hmm.
Damon Claiborne, Gavin Gerhardt. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine draft. It was honestly not my favorite, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like Caleb Banks. I liked him a lot more in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very high ceiling player, but he just cannot stay healthy. So I was not expecting to hear his name called at all in the first round, especially not at 18. I was hoping, if you're gonna go D tackle, I probably would have went Caden McDonald or Lee Hunter. I was big on him. He went to Carolina. But Caleb Banks, they're really going for high risk, high reward, and that's exactly what it is. So that's that pick. Jake Golday, that's a solid pick. I can't even, it's good.
The
Dominique Orange, another D lineman, definitely a run stopper. I don't mind them pairing those two up. To be honest, I think it makes it look better. And Caleb Tiernan, he's doing his thing, but it's like their O line is pretty solid because they got
it's better than last year
um
on paper to me.
I don't know, is what's his face? Ryan Kelly, did he retire? I don't remember.
Well, I saw that they signed Ryan Van. How do you say?
Vandenberg?
Is it Van
Or is
Demark? Is that how you pronounce it? Demark.
it,
Ryan Van Demark. Demark.
I never even
He's
heard of him,
offensive tackle. Oh,
to be
well.
honest.
He's a 6'6" offensive
Well, he's going to be a
tackle.
backup regardless because he's definitely not beating out.
Well, that's why I was. No. I know that's why I was saying I like their depth because for some reason I feel like Minnesota does have injury issues a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean,
and they also signed James Pierre too.
He's been hurt. Yeah, I mean that's fine.
It's solid.
To me, they've done nothing special this offseason or in the draft, but getting Kyler, I think, changes a ton because they already have a great roster. Losing Jonathan Grenard is rough. They have Dallas Turner, Andrew Van Ginkel, which breaks my heart because he was a Dolphin and I knew he was so good, but we wouldn't pay him. So they got rid of Jonathan Grenard. He's with the Eagles now. They didn't do much around the roster to upgrade. It was kind of more of just like, we'll run it back, but let's add a quarterback in Kyler Murray, who's obviously better than McCarthy. So, he's definitely better than McCarthy.
Oh, 100%. 1,000%.
I think he takes them. He's at least 3 wins better, in my opinion, than McCarthy. So I'll say that.
Well, didn't the Vikings go 9-8 last season?
Yeah, but I don't think McCarthy played all those games either.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just making sure. Yeah. They went 9-8, which is actually crazy because he didn't play in all those games and they still went 9-8. And dude, I forgot they won their last 5 games, and 2 of those were against the Packers and Lions.
Jeez,
those were against divisional opponents. Their last 2 games, they beat 2 divisional opponents. That's crazy.
Their coaching staff is elite. I mean, having Kevin O'Connell on the offensive side, Brian Flores on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
That might be the best, head coach coordinator combo, play caller combo, I will say. I don't know who would be better, to be honest. I'm probably missing a team or two, but they're definitely in the top 5.
Yeah.
And so you have that. You have great coaching all throughout that team, all throughout the positions. And you add a QB who's a veteran, who I think will be 10 times better in Minnesota than he was in Arizona. So I love that pick. I think that's really good. Do you have any honorable mentions? Because I know I do.
I think I had 2.
Let's see if we have the same ones.
Do you only have 2 yourself?
I would have. I'm quickly looking through. I would probably have 3.
3?
Yeah.
Could I throw in 3 myself?
If I wanted, I could add 5, but I'm not going to do that much.
Yeah, then you're really just
Those are more of I could see them making the playoffs, but not I actually believe they will.
Honorable mention for me. I would say the Colts.
That is not one of mine.
Really? Wow.
So why do you got the Colts?
Because they would have made the playoffs and won their division had Daniel Jones not absolutely tear his leg. That's
Yeah.
really my only reason. And I feel like the
Yeah,
Colts roster is always like it's still very consistent. Like it's still good to this day. I mean, they still have big players on the team. I mean, assuming Daniel Jones is going to be back to play, you have Tyler Warren at tight end, and you have Alec Pierce, who's probably looking to have a big old season this year. And then you still have Jonathan Taylor, on the offense. So,
Mhm.
I mean, they're still going to be in play, dude. It's still the same, like every year, where it's like quarterback is always the issue. And I guess if you're betting on Daniel Jones to be like one hit wonder from last year, then I can see it. If he takes a step
That
back.
is a little bit of my bet. And it's not even that I think he's gonna like go back to Giants, Daniel Jones, but I think it's more so of like teams are gonna kind of figure it out. Because even like before he got hurt, they definitely like weren't as dominant as they were in the beginning of the year. Even when they were
Yeah.
winning games, like you could see like, okay, maybe teams are starting to figure stuff out. But
Mhm.
I like Daniel Jones. Like I think he's a solid QB,
Yeah.
which is really good compared to what he was in New York. So he definitely revitalized his career. And I hope the injury doesn't affect him too much. That's a real bummer after, having a career year to go down like that. So,
And the O-line is
hoping he'll
still
be
decent,
better.
dude.
Yeah, they got a good old line. They always pump out old linemen. Colts, I trust them maybe the most when it comes to offensive line. They figure it out. They pull guys from like the late rounds, and they'll be a 8-year NFL starter. Like ever since the Andrew Luck era was over, they just figured out how to draft a lineman. So I'm never really worried about their O line.
They have no guy on offense in the starting lineup that is over the age of 30. Just keep that in mind too. It's interesting. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Quentin Nelson is the vet with Braden Smith. And their defense is honestly decent.
I think
their defense
Braden
could
Smith
do
is
something.
Yeah. Braden Smith's on the Texans, I think.
Oh, is he now? Am I looking at the
Pretty
wrong?
sure.
Oh, wait.
Smith Colts.
Yeah, you're right.
It was like a
Whoops.
2-year, $25 million or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think they probably drafted someone or had someone in the weights. So
defense,
I
I like
mean,
the defense. Is they got a lot more vets on the defensive side, which is nice. But I would say Colts, and then another team I was thinking about was I literally just had them. I was thinking
Dolphins?
about no. I did not mean to say that so fast, but oopsies. Actually, you know what, dude? I have two more. Lions are another one.
Okay, same here.
And it's just because that division it's the same kind of with the Vikings, where it's like this division, I feel like it's going to be competitive every single year for a while, because this division is literally just going to be on like, I know this is super basic, but like whichever team is just more dominant each season. Like if the Lions and Vikings are having a better season, the Packers and Bears might not be. Like that's kind of how it was last year, where it was like the reason the Vikings and Lions dropped out was just because the luck wasn't on their side. The Bears and Packers just ran through the division,
Well, specifically the Bears, they had a lot of stuff go their way last year, and it's like even the fourth place team had a winning record.
Yeah,
that's just the best division in football. I mean, I don't think you can
really
argue it.
I think it could go either way. Just like last year, like you really don't
Well,
know.
NFC West, I'm capping. They're the best. Sorry,
There's
go
one.
ahead. I mean, Arizona really like
They have
drags it down.
3
No
winning
offense,
teams. Yeah, I was about to say
but the top three are dominant.
yeah, but the NFC North has way more consistent good teams. It's fine. It's fine.
They're both good.
Yeah, yeah. The NFC is stacked. Anyways, um, I yeah, I would do the Lions, and I would also do the. I'm gonna do the Saints here. I know you don't have the Saints, but I'm gonna do
I
Saints.
do not have it.
Yeah, you
Is
probably have the
that
Panthers.
okay? Are the Saints a team that? Well, the Panthers made it. Are the
Oh,
Saints a
that's right. My
team?
bad. You probably have what? Well, you know what? No, you don't have anyone
You
for
don't
that
know what
division. I
I
know what you're
have,
talking
Weather
about.
Boy.
Yeah, you're right. You have the Dolphins.
Right.
Yep.
So, do you actually believe that the Saints will make the playoffs, or do you just
No, I do.
like
That's why I keep saying.
see that they could?
No, I think they could pull it off.
Okay, interesting.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had the Lions as well, and I think last year was a big adjustment period because you had two of your coordinators become head coaches for other teams with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. So it was a very big learning curve. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I think like there's a part of the season where Dan Campbell had to take over play calling duties for his offensive coordinator at the time, who was no longer there. So there's a lot of issues with staff. And I think just a lot of games just didn't go the Lions'
Hmm.
way. And I kind of have a hard time seeing a team with like Jared Goff, Jameer Gibbs, Amon Ra, and just like all the veterans they have on that team missing the playoffs 2 years in a row. They made a hiring at all coordinator that I think we're both not very high on, but who knows? Maybe they'll be better. It's Drew Petzing, who was the Cardinals' old offensive coordinator. So
Yeah. Have fun with
that's
that,
a little
Lions.
sus.
Good luck.
Yeah, that is a
I
little sus,
I
but
that man made me want to just not watch Sunday football. Just saying.
yeah. So, I mean, other than that, you know, I thought they had. I want to see their draft actually, real quick. Sorry, I'm taking a long time,
No, you're good.
but let's see. Lions. I know they drafted Blake Miller in the first round. Let's see. Okay, Blake Miller. So he's gonna go to right tackle because Taylor Decker is gone, and then Panay Sewell is gonna switch over to the left tackle. They got Derek Moore and edge rusher out of Michigan, which
Hmm.
is good. They need a defensive line depth. They drafted Jimmy Rolder, linebacker out of Michigan in the fourth round. I've never heard of him, to be honest. Keith Abney, this corner out of Arizona State. Kendrick Law, Skylar Gill Howard, Tyree West. Never heard of
Kendrick Law?
Tyree West.
Did not know
Yeah,
that.
wide receiver out
Yeah.
of Kentucky.
I remember him.
Um,
It's weird
yeah,
that I know
I'm
about
not.
him. Don't ask me how.
Oh, I know how. College football, we already know. um, yeah, it's a Lions draft. That's
Yep.
the best way to put it. They always draft. Um, they'll take they'll take their guys. That's all you can say, and
Yep.
that's why it's really hard to put a grade on Lions drafts because they'll usually take guys that you just do not expect to go where they go, but they usually pan out pretty well. So, if this was any other team's draft, I would probably be a lot lower. But since it's the Lions, I have some confidence that it's going to work out for them. So I think they will make the playoffs. I also can see Kansas City going back to
Yeah.
the playoffs again. I
Unpredictable. Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's another one of those things like I said with the Lions, it's hard for me to see Patrick Mahomes missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. And I know he's coming off of injury as well, which is a bummer. They got Justin Fields. So if he's going to miss any time, he's at least a competent backup, could maybe win you a game or two.
I mean, he won the Jets a game or two, baby. Yes, sir.
One or two, yes.
The only two.
Yeah, the only two they, I'm sure. But yeah. So Kansas City, I could see them being back. They'll probably bring back Tyreek Hill if I had to guess.
Yeah.
So they should be back in the running. And then for my last team, real quick, I'm going to go Baltimore.
Fun fact: Tyreek Hill was seen purchasing a vehicle at the one of the Jefferson City dealerships the other day at Rusty Druring. He was at the Rusty Druring dealership in Jefferson City, literally a couple days ago.
That's like the least surprising thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going back there. I mean, I would be absolutely floored if he went anywhere besides Kansas City.
Yeah,
and he should go back to Kansas City.
Yeah, it was funny because I saw it and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because people were like, why are you in Jeff City? And I'm like, I think we all know why.
You're right.
But anyways, continue. Yeah. Ravens, yes.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say my last team's the Ravens. You know, Lamar's coming off of an injury as well. That's kind of the common theme, you know, with a lot of the teams that I think make it back, like with Joe Burrow, Lamar, Patrick Mahomes. Those were obviously the X factors why these teams did not make the playoffs. So, you know, new coaching staff in Baltimore, I think that's going to help a ton. You know, you obviously have Lamar. Hopefully he'll be more healthy this year. I liked their draft. One of our boys went there, Zion Young. And they're just a good team, man. I mean, they got Trey Hendrickson as well in the offseason. Signed him to a big contract after the Crosby deal fell out. So, yeah, those are my teams. But the team that I would put the most money on would be the Bengals, and yours would be the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
So
cool.